Well, hello there. It's my first stream on YouTube. I'm not really prepared for this, and didn't really prepare for this at all. But well, hello there. Here I am. It's my first stream on YouTube. Yeah, I'm trying to do the best I can. I don't know if you noticed, but there is a kind of situation going on right now with Wall Street stocks, Gamestop, and all of these kind. And it's kind of pretty confusing thing, so I decided that I'm going to make a stream and to explain all of this to you as well as I can, and I hope that you will understand most of it. Now, this story is all about GameStop. So you have a stock market, and you can see here the stocks for GameStop started at, I don't know, 100 a few days ago, and look at how wildly they're fluctuating right here. There's quite a lot of stuff going on right now, and you can also see how it was like at 440 here today in the morning, in the US morning, and it's dropped very sharply at like 11 a.m. and then it grew back. Yeah, so what's behind this story? The thing is that according to many articles, GameStop, I don't know if you know it, it's a company that has stores all around the world where you can buy games and you can also trade in games and exchange them for money or for other kind of games. You can, it's kind of a game store from the concept. Now, the thing is, it didn't run very well. It had a notorious name. Everyone knew it as the one store that would kind of rip you off if you brought any game and like give you 50 cents for some super valuable games. And in the end, they're just, ripping you off, basically. Well, anyway, this company apparently made it to the stock market. And yeah, as we can see here, it had a pretty constant stock price over, that's 1 month. If you look at 6 months, it's very linear, the stock price. Yeah, it wasn't really a spectacular company, and in the end, it was kind of failing in a way. People started not trusting them anymore, started selling the stocks and everything. But now, as you can see, right here, there was a giant spike. And the reason for this is short selling. Now, I should explain short selling before I proceed. And for this, I will just live improvise, just have here this super cool window. And I will just draw rectangles and stuff and make you understand. By the way, if you have something to tell me, I have the live chat open on another screen, so you can just tell me, and I hope that I will see it in time and can react to it. All right, so in short selling, we have a company. Let's say this is kind of a smiley for this, and we will say that this is, let's say this is GameStop, okay? So the company GameStop has like stocks. I will denote it with a few rectangles right here. This should work. Yeah, so we have the stocks right here. And now, as you probably know, the stock market, then any person who wants to can just like go to GameStop and say, hey, give me 1 share, and the GameStop will say, sure, that will cost you, I don't know, let's say $100, and you transfer $100, and GameStop will send you the share, and you can just, now you have a share. And let's say you just bought 100,000th of the company. That would mean that you would get 100,000th of the profit of GameStop, and you could just spend the money and feel rich. And of course, the more shares you buy, the more profit you get. Now, you get this share right here, and you have the share. You could then sell it later on. You can hold to it. Maybe at some later point the price for the stock, like you bought it for 100, but let's say that we will have the current stock price, which is 100. Okay, then let's say, I don't know, 1 month passes. 1 month. Okay, this is weird, but cool. 1 month passes, and suddenly the current stock price is not 100 anymore, but it's like, let's say 120. And then you can go back to GameStop and say, well, okay, then I will just sell my stock. I will just give it back to them, just like this. And you would say, okay, here you go. You give the stock back. Of course, this isn't valid anymore. And GameStop will give you back $120. Or not GameStop, I'm sorry. And actually, any buyer of the stock can give you money, not GameStop. GameStop only if they buy this shares back. But like here we can actually say that this is any kind of seller. I mean buyer. This is some random buyer. I don't know. Let's call him random buyer. And he got the stock, and because the current stock price is 120, he will pay $120, and you just made a $20 profit. Yeah. The stream will be archived, yes. I will maybe edit it a bit and then I will publish it. So this, I should probably redraw this. Okay, but now let's assume that the current stock price is not 120, but in fact it fell to 80. Then you would take the stock that you have, give it to the random buyer, and the random buyer would give you just, oh, this is wrong. The random buyer would just give you $80 for this. And now you made a loss. So obviously that's not very profitable for you, and you would, oh, what's wrong here? Yeah. That's not very profitable for you, so you should not do this unless, well, you're kind of forced to, because that's the situation. Okay, I'll give up. I'll just leave it there like this. Okay. Now, this is how stock trading works in general, and yeah, I guess you kind of expected this. It's nothing really complicated. This is how normal trading works. Now, we have something in the story which is called, missing the name. It's called short selling. Yeah. So basically, you would be. Let's have our company again. We have GameStop right here, and now you go and buy some stocks from them. We have some buyer which just bought. I don't know, bought like 5 stocks for, why is this always, yeah, maybe let me just copy this from right here. Great. So give me 1 share for $100, and GameStop would then say, sure, here's your share, have fun with it. Yeah, there we go. That's the share. Now, there are certain people called short sellers. What they do is the following. They go to this person who bought stocks, and they will say, okay, can you borrow this stock here to me? So here's our weird short seller, and he says, borrow this to me. Okay, so this means that he wants to borrow this stock, and then, I don't know, do something else with it. Now, as soon as this guy receives the stock, he will promise, okay, I will give you this stock back sometime in the future. It might be somewhere written down that I will give it back to you in 2 months, 2 years, whatever. In any case, you have it written down that you will give this stock back. Now, what will this guy do? He wants to bet on the stock. He wants to say, okay, I think that this stock will lose value. So he will sell it, okay? He will just sell it. And then he will receive his $100. This is annoying. Okay, I'll just copy this once more. Yeah, he will just say, give me $100, but actually, of course not. Is it not possible to have left-facing arrows in this program? Yeah, apparently it isn't. Well, I'll just use text boxes then. Okay. And you would get, where's the text boxes? Insert text box. Yeah, there we go. $100. Okay. So at this point, you made no profit and no loss. You borrowed this stock, which had the value of $100, and you receive $100 for selling this stock. Now, the thing is, you have to give the stock back, obviously, because you only borrowed it. So at some point in the future, you would then go and buy it back from, you would buy a stock back from whoever owns it. I don't know, you just buy it. And now you have to pay attention to the stock price, because if at this point in time, let's say the stock price increased and it's $120 now. So you pay $120, you get the stock back. Wait, let me just write here, $120. Then you get the stock back from the seller, and you now can basically give the stock back to the original owner, right? So now you made a $20 loss because you sold it for $100, but you had to pay $120 to get it back, just to pay your debt, just to pay what you borrowed. So at this point, our poor short seller, has made a net loss of $20. Okay. But now, what happens if the stock price fell to, I don't know, let's say 50? Then he would obviously buy the stock back for 50, and now he paid 100, and he got, he got 100 for selling it and bought it back for $50. So he made a profit of 50 because he just borrowed the stock, it wasn't his. And now he has $50 more than he had before. And this is what short sellers do. They just buy stock. They go to people who bought a lot of stock, borrow the stocks, sell them, and just buy them back when they think it's profitable. When they think, okay, we have made enough wins. If we stop here, we are super profitable. And then they will give the stocks back, and they will have made a huge profit. But this, of course, implies that the price actually falls. So as you have seen, if the price can go up, then you can actually lose a lot of money. And the thing is that wins, you can only win as much as you put in. Because if you have, like, if the stock price is 100 and the stock price falls to 0, then you can basically get one for free and you have won $100. That's your net profit. But that's just a lower limit. If you think, how high can the stock price go? 200, 500, 5,000, 50,000, 50 million, there is no limit. And at this point, if you have to get this stock back, then you can get ruined because you cannot get so much money. Which means that wins are limited and maybe quick. If you haven't enough knowledge of the stock market, you can have wins, but you need to know what you're doing. This is very dangerous because, as you can see, the losses can go infinite. You have no limit on the losses, and if this happens, then you have quite a huge problem. Yeah. Okay. So much for the short seller explanation. Now, how does this all have to do with GameStop and WallStreetBets and I don't know what? Now, a few weeks or months ago, I'm not even sure exactly, a guy on a subreddit which is called WallStreetBets figured out that there is a company which did a lot of this short selling. They have borrowed a lot of GameStop stocks, sold them, and were basically speculating on the price falling down. And somebody in this subreddit found out and then said, hey guys who are here, how about we buy all the stocks just to make the stock price go up? So his goal was to make the stock price just raise, because in this case, the company who borrowed the stocks and sold them would make a lot of loss. And this idea kind of picked on, and you can see how, if I switch back to 5 days, you can see how it kind of started to grow very rapidly. Look at this. And at this point, the company, if I go back to my example, and let's say the price rose to, I don't know, $5,000. Now, the company has seen that the stock prices are going up and up and up, and they're not stopping. And the longer they wait, the more losses they will make. The longer they wait, the more the price will increase, and at the end they will have to pay back more and more and more and more. And yeah, this is called the... Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Okay, yeah, sorry. This is called the short squeeze, because you're basically squeezing out the prices. And what the company then did, they saw the price and they said, okay, this is it. We will have to buy back the stocks. We will have to buy them back, because if we don't do it now, we will run into way larger losses and we will never be able to pay it back. So they thought, okay, sure, let's do it. Let's buy the stocks back now, and we will just take the losses as they are. But the thing is, the people who bought them, the people who had the stocks, okay, the people who had these stocks, they said, no, we're not selling them. You cannot buy the stock from us. And some people didn't want to sell their stocks. Some people did, and they actually bought back a lot of stocks, which caused the stock price to increase even more. It caused the stock price to increase even more because now the demand was there and a lot of people bought them and they bought them as well. And this kind of led to a snowballing effect, which made everything get larger and larger and larger. But some people didn't want to sell their stocks, and they said that they will hold on to them, which means that as the stock price goes up and up and up and up, the company who borrowed these stocks is going down and down and down because they cannot pay it. They get debts and unlimited amounts as the stock price goes up more and more and more. What also helped kind of infuriate this craze was like a tweet by Elon Musk, which apparently he posted. Wait, where was it? Let me find it. Or did he delete it already? I don't think so. I guess he deleted it, which is weird. I didn't expect this. Oh no, he didn't delete it. Here it is. So he that was like, I think that was 2 days ago, right? Yeah, 2 days ago he posted Gamestop as a reference to GameStop. And he also linked the WallStreetBets subreddit. And look at his reach. I mean, Elon Musk has 43 million followers, so he has a lot of reach. I don't know if you remember, just a few days ago, a few weeks ago, he recommended Signal instead of WhatsApp because Signal is more secure. And suddenly, a whole bunch of people switched over to Signal just because Elon Musk said it. So this guy has really a huge bunch of influence. And I suspect that this is what also happened here. So the WallStreetBets subreddit existed for longer, but I think that this was the point when pretty much everyone started to know about it and the craze really started taking off. And if you look at the subreddit, you can see how there's like 4.8 million members and 1.4 million of them are online right now. And this is really a extremely active subreddit. It's like 95,000 votes and very much activities going on here. Yeah, you can see how this is all going on. And also Twitter is basically exploding. If you just look at the tags, at the trending tabs, you have Gamestop, Robinhood, WallStreetBets, and it's all just basically tweets coming in second by second. Okay, there's one more factor in this, which I didn't mention yet, and you can see it here. It's called Robinhood. Now, what's Robinhood? If you want to participate in the stock market, if you want to buy or sell stocks, you would go to a trading platform which would do that on your behalf, because they would take off a lot of paperwork and they will make it very simple for you, that you basically just have to click and you can get the stocks. And a lot of trading platforms, including Robinhood, which was a very popular one, I'm emphasis on was a very popular one until a few hours ago, because what they did is basically they said no one can sell or buy GameStop stocks anymore. No one can do it. Thank you, Deepak S, for your super chat. I don't know what that fruit is, but very cool. Yeah, so they said no more stocks trading with GameStop stocks. And not only them, but actually quite a few trading platforms said, no, we will not allow this. You cannot do it because there's too much fluctuation and we're worried about your security and this and that. And well, most people kind of assume that it isn't about that actually, and that in reality they are just trying to limit the losses for other people, for the rich people who actually invested in these stocks. The theory, which sounds plausible, which these guys have also like authored in a way, is that by doing this, they are trying to make everyone who has these stocks panic. And if they panic, then they will try to sell the stocks. But now, because no one is allowed to buy stocks, who is going to actually get rid of his stocks? No one will be able to sell because no one is able to buy. And by this, they're trying to make a lot of people panic and make them get rid of their stocks, just so the stock price is falling down again, to limit the losses for the guys who borrowed the stocks, because they can then buy them cheaply again. They will then just unlock the sales and then, suddenly you have a lot of cheap trades and you can just cut your losses. But these guys from the subreddit, they think it's this way and they say, no, we will not sell it. We will just keep on them. We will make these people bleed in a kind of metaphorical sense. They really want to get a lot of losses into these companies. And yeah, it's a weird speculation, and not everyone is like this. There are also cases of people who sold their stocks and got very rich because, well, they invested a lot, and maybe if they sold like here, then yeah, you made a lot of money. But let's look at the development in just one day. So right here, everything was kind of all right. And then somewhere around here, the trading companies, the trading platforms, they said, you cannot sell, you cannot buy GameStop stocks anymore. And the price just fell down, as you can see it right here. I guess quite a lot of people panicked and they tried to sell their stocks. And it made the stock price fall pretty much, very much down. I mean, it was at 440 and it fell to 126, which is quite a huge loss, 75%. But these people, they did hold to it. A lot of people didn't sell. They just held on to their stocks and the stock price kept rising again. Look, it's again at now it's at 230, and like since 1 hour it's fluctuating a lot between $200 and $230. There's quite a volatile movement here, and this is a very interesting topic with weird dynamics, because it's this time usually stuff like this happens on a high level. You have the people who have money and who are interested in this kind of stock trading, gambling and everything, and they know how to do this, and they do it secretly for themselves. And it just, kind of works out without us really seeing a lot of this stuff. But this time, just is this group of people who somehow had this weird idea of doing this themselves, of just having this information. This one guy found, I don't even know where he found this information about them borrowing a lot of trades, but they just did. And somehow they managed to coordinate themselves, and suddenly this happened. The stock price just kept going up and up and up and up, which is just insane. This growth in such a short time is very insane. You start at like $80 and suddenly it's 400. It's unimaginable for a stock in such a short time. And it's important to note that GameStop itself actually plays no role at all in this game, if we can call it a game, because this is a direct competition between the guys with a lot of money, the guys with the hedge funds. Sorry, I didn't explain hedge fund yet, I noticed. The hedge funds are funds where people pay in a lot of money. A lot of people do that, and then the guys who have the fund, they will just invest it in something else, like, I don't know, stocks, usually stocks, on their behalf, and they will make the profit, and they will give a part of the profit back to the guys who gave the money, and they will keep a bit of the profit for themselves. Now, this situation has led to certain hedge funds to go bankrupt. It actually happened that they managed, it was a multi-billion dollar hedge fund, US dollar hedge fund, which went bankrupt because of this right here, because of a few people on a subreddit who just decided we'll buy a lot of stocks of GameStop. GameStop really isn't involved at all here. Not at all. They play no role whatsoever here. This is just a playing ball for the people. The people from the hedge fund, they just try to speculate on GameStop stocks going down because they looked at the company and saw, well, it's not a really great company and their standing is not really cool. And so they said, okay, the stock price will fall. So they tried to make this deal. And then these Reddit guys found it and said, okay, it's GameStop, buy a lot of GameStop stocks. But it actually has no relevance at all. It could have been any stock at all of any bad company, of any failing company. Just the information was important. The one information that said, okay, these guys have borrowed a lot of stocks from GameStop. It could have been just any company. GameStop actually, well, of course they might look weird now, and they do have a lot of capital now. They do, well, have a lot more money now because of this, but I don't know how long it holds. And this is a very interesting situation because let's see how long it goes. If people keep buying and buying and buying and buying, okay, and at some point they will have to sell. I don't think they will keep on their GameStop stocks forever, because GameStop isn't really the coolest company, as I explained before. They were doing pretty badly, which also explained their poor performance in the past. I mean, I wouldn't call this a very cool performance, like the stock price was kind of stable. People will at some point sell their stocks. And then who is the winner of this all? There are a few guys who made millions from this alone, from this right here. They put in like, I don't know, $55,000 and got out a few million, 5-10 million, I don't know. And they, of course, have won a lot, but there's also the other guys who said they will just keep on their stock until this hedge fund is completely gone. And these guys, well, when this goal is reached, these guys will sell their stocks. And many of them will make a lot of losses, because if the stocks are sold, the price will of course go down and down and down and down because the demand is not there. And if you don't have anyone to buy your stocks, then what are you gonna do? You will be stuck with your stocks forever. So this is a weird situation for these guys, but many of them are also idealistic and they say, no, actually we do not care at all. All we want is to see these guys suffer. All we want is to see these guys have sleepless nights. And for them, it's satisfaction enough. They are basically just paying to, see the other people suffer. The people who, well, we have to acknowledge that these guys are also doing the same thing, basically, to other companies. I mean, the hedge fund guys are doing this every day, every night. People with money do this all the time. And this time, it's a bunch of Redditors who just decided to do this, which kind of hit them hard, so much that on the one hand, we have the stock trading companies who have said you cannot sell or buy any more stocks of GameStop. And we also have them outcry for regulation, like they're saying, no, this is not legal, you cannot do that, you are doing illegal things, you're manipulating the market. Well, yes and no. I mean, it's not really manipulation of the market because you kind of have the information public and everyone can decide if they want to join or not. It's not like it's a closed group, as all of these rich people are, who are just sitting there and saying, okay, I want to buy this stock and I want to make this stock price rise and fall through my money, through my actions. It's not like that. It's just public information. And these guys just managed to team up, which is amazing because I don't think that such a thing has existed before. I don't think that anyone has managed to team up in this large scale before. It's just a lot of people with little money. They don't have millions, billions or anything. They just had little money and they said, okay, we want to do this. We want to kill them, basically. And they kind of succeeded. And if they resist and they don't sell, then this might go on for longer. Now you see the stock price going a bit down again. It was like a 300 and now it's at 220 again. If you're doing stuff like this, you have to be strong in psychically. You cannot just sell whenever you see that the stock price is going down. I suspect a lot of people sold when it was here or here. But yeah, if you do stuff like this, you really have to have strong nerves and not let yourself be influenced by such fluctuations, because of course putting your money just on one company is a very bad idea. Yeah, okay. That was so much for the situation. The subreddit is going crazy. As I said, there is also Discord, which is also completely overflowing. I have visited it for a few minutes and I left because first of all you have 100 people joining per second, and secondly you can only actually send messages and participate in voice chats if you boost the server, because there's just so many people, and there are 2,000 people who boosted the server at least a few hours ago, which kind of means that it's 2,000 people only who's boosting. This is a lot. Now, these guys are actually also planning on taking over not just this hedge fund, but a lot of other hedge funds. They have plans for boosting Dogecoin. They really have got a lot of push by this situation and by the media attention, because if you just go, I don't know, to any search engine and type in Gamestop, you will see how, okay, maybe this isn't, maybe let me go to Google instead. GameStop, there you go. You have all of these news. News. It's all full of news. They got really a huge amount of attention. And these guys apparently didn't even notice from the social media team. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Well, in any case, it's a very interesting thing. I don't know how to call it. And yeah, now maybe the question would arise if you should participate, and I would say you can participate if you can afford losing the money, because you will most likely lose the money. So if you're that guy who says, okay, I want to participate in this movement and I want them to lose, I want these hedge fund managers to actually lose money, then what you have to do is to put your money in there and forget about it. You should not get your money back out, because that will just make the stock price go down again, which will benefit them. But if you don't have any money to lose, and if you say, actually, I cannot afford to lose this money and I'm just in for the quick gain, I'm just in because I want to earn money or something, then you shouldn't do it at all. You should refrain from doing this, because you can and you will lose the money as soon as this whole craze fades down, because it cannot go on forever. It might go on for like a few more days, maybe weeks, but in the end, this will end, and this will not go on forever. And you should keep this in mind if you want to do this. And another word of warning is that you should probably not take everything you see in the subreddit for serious, because now that there are so many people, you might miss information. You might also find quite a lot of stupid things in here which aren't true, which just, yeah, like some person who says, okay, do this and do that, and then in the end it's just nonsense and you're losing all your money for nothing, for no cause. And then again, you have these leaders and moderators, which right now are maybe kind of heroes in the eyes of some people, but really they also have their ideas and biases and everything, and we do not know for how long they will keep this up. No, I did not buy any stock in this, because I am not the guy who says that I have money to lose. I'm not that idealistic, so I did not buy any of the stock. Yeah, I just don't want to lose the money. That's the truth. I'm honest with you. I'm not doing it. Yeah, and I also don't want to give you a recommendation to do or not to do it. I gave you the facts. You can pick either side. I explained the positive and the negative parts. And if you really feel like doing it, do it, but know the possible consequences. And if you don't feel like doing it, then don't do it. It's a bad idea if you are not wholeheartedly in this situation, in this movement, then really it's a bad idea, because you will just have sleepless nights about the money you're putting in. So yes, that's basically it from my side. Do you have any more questions I should answer? Because I have to admit that I kind of neglected the live chat despite saying that I would watch it. I'm sorry for that. So yeah, if you have anything. Making a channel about Windows. Well, I don't know. I don't know what to say about this. Yeah, and no, I'm not too young to buy stocks. If you said that to me, Ilya, I don't know if that was sent to me, but no, I'm not too young to buy stocks. I could, but I just don't want to, because I'm a chicken, if you want to say it like this. Yeah, well then, I see that there aren't a lot of questions, and yeah, no, I cannot log into the S&P because I don't have Minecraft. Sorry for that. Yeah, Dogecoin is also something they are trying to push, and as far as I know, it kind of had an increase of, I don't know, 30% or something. Yeah, you can see it right here. 24 hours. Actually, look at this. Okay, I mean, the scale is a bit misleading, because it was like 0.006 at this point, and then it grew. It looks like it's growing steeply, but in fact it's just like 0.017, which is, I mean, okay, it is kind of a lot, actually. It's, what is it, twice or thrice is this? Well, you could say it's a pretty steep increase, actually. So yeah, Regarding Robinhood, question by Creepy, what they did is illegal since they didn't just completely block both selling and buying, but just buying. Well, yes, I actually don't know if blocking both would be more legal than just blocking one of them. And in any case, it's, at least from my perspective, it's a violation of the free market, because you are restricting access to them. And what you're also doing is you are incurring losses on people. And there are several economical journalists who actually inquired Robinhood, the company, and they said, hey guys, so you are preventing the selling of the stock. So someone who maybe wanted to sell at 250 couldn't have sold at 250 and has to sell now at 200. They wanted to cut their losses, but you didn't allow it. Are you going to compensate for this? Now, they didn't answer, obviously, because I suppose that the management of the company is like on fire right now because of this whole mess that is ongoing right now. But yeah, we'll have to see. I don't expect them to actually compensate for the losses. I don't expect anything to happen. What I can say is that these guys from WallStreetBets, they actually have this thread right here about the class action against Robinhood, where they are planning to send in a lot of these, like, it's a template basically, which they are sending to the courts, such that they take an action against Robinhood for tampering with the free market, which is legally, actually, it should exist legally, and they are kind of messing with this, and that's why they are trying to win the case by the courts. And I don't know, maybe they actually have chances, but I don't know how many people are actually backing this financially, and how many people are backing this live there in the country, and not just by clicking a button on the internet and saying, yeah, hey, I'm also affected, I'm also doing this. I don't know. Yeah, in any case, legal, probably not, but if it's about such huge amounts of money, the laws are kind of not so relevant anymore, which is a very, very stupid thing. Yeah, let's see what other questions we have. Okay, yeah, don't use Robinhood, of course. I think they kind of lost their reputation. If you go to play.google.com and you search for the Robinhood app, apparently I don't have it. Robinhood trading app. Yeah, this one is it. Okay, look at this amazing rating, 1 star. So all of these guys coordinated in giving these guys a bunch, and not just a bunch, like 300,000 1-star reviews, just because the customer support is terrible, or because the account has been on limitation, basically just to tell them, hey guys, you have just blocked me out of trading something that I wanted to trade, so this app is not worth anything really in this situation. Yeah, they kind of ruined their name with this, but it's not only them, it's a lot of other platforms as well, but these are the most popular ones. So yeah, I don't know. Why did Bitcoin rise in 2 times recently? Well, Bitcoin did rise because, well, how do I put it? 2 words, Elon Musk. This guy has really a lot of influence, and he tweeted something about Bitcoin, about how Bitcoin is the future or something, and suddenly the Bitcoin price is just going all over the roof, when it was like at 15,000 US dollar or something, and now it's at like 40,000. I don't know. Let me see. Bitcoin to USD. Yeah, it's 32,000. That's completely bonkers, really. Okay, we don't have a graph here. Is there any comparison graph? Let's go. Okay, this is just 1 day. This is also stupid. Oh, come on. Is there no proper? Okay, maybe this Bitcoin chart. Yeah, there we go. It was like at, what is this, $10,000 actually, and then it hit $15,000, and then suddenly, whoa, it was at almost 40,000 for a short bit. And apparently it's going down again for some unknown reason in just 1 day. No, 1 week is this. This is one data point is 1 week. It's going down again. I don't know. Yeah. What program do you use for editing? Camtasia. Yeah. Okay, sorry, I lost track of the chat. Yeah, somebody filed a class complaint against Robinhood. Yes, they did. Indeed. Dogecoin is a good investment. I don't know. I mean, these Wall Street guys kind of pushed it, these WallStreetBets guys, but I cannot tell if this is of longer duration, because we do have to say that GameStop also had this weird and crazy movement because they got a lot of attention. Because of this media coverage, because of it's on all social media all over the place, and also because of Elon Musk, I think. And Dogecoin doesn't have that, at least not yet. Maybe they will, and maybe then the price will just skyrocket, but I don't know how long this fad will stay relevant, will stay alive. Yeah, you still, how a couple of Redditor made the GME stock so high. Well, they just bought a lot of stocks, really. They put in a large amount of money to buy stocks, to buy hundreds of stocks, thousands of stocks. And yeah, if there's a lot of demand, the prices will go up. That's how the market works. You have supply and demand. If you have something, if there is something that people want to buy, and if a lot of people want to have it, then of course the price goes up as more and more people want to have it. If few people want to have it, then the price is down because the one who's holding it wants to give it away, and therefore he will go down with the price in order to make the people actually buy it. But if you have few things and a lot of buyers, then obviously you will raise the price in an attempt to gain the most out of it. And also because there are so many buyers, they will compete against each other, and they will just outbid themselves. They will just keep offering higher prices in order to win the thing and to not let the other guy or the other people have this. Yeah, Robinhood is trash. Yeah, well, maybe. I don't know. I'm kind of... I have my personal opinion about this, and I think I kind of let it show a few times, but I'm really trying to stay out of it a bit. And yeah, maybe they did wrong, and I think it's up for the courts to decide. Not for the politics, for the courts, of course. It shouldn't be Congress people who say, hey guys, you should regulate this or not regulate this. No, it should be up for the courts to decide if this was actually legal or not. I think that's the most fair thing in this situation. Why is the chat always jumping around? This is annoying. Okay. Well, will you do more discussion streams? Maybe I will. I think I kind of like this format. I don't know about you. Maybe you can post your opinion in the chat if you like this. I will get to it once I scroll down. Why did the stock rise so much? Yeah, I already explained. Because a lot of people bought it. Easy. That's it. Dogecoin isn't a good investment. Yeah, kind of. They said because of security issues. Yes. Okay. Do you own crypto? No, I do not own crypto. I do not own any stocks. I'm pretty conservative in this regard, and I'm kind of afraid into getting into this. I do not own anything of this speculative stuff. No stocks, no cryptocurrencies, nothing of which is super fluctuating. I don't even have foreign currencies or anything like this. I'm way too afraid for that. Yeah, supply and demand, of course. Yeah. Do you know BytePath? No, I do not know BytePath. It's a game that uses the same audio like your videos. Very cool. I might have a look at this. What do you think about trading apps like Robinhood blocking people from buying GME stock? Well, as I said, maybe it's market manipulation. And it kind of seems to me like this because I don't really see any good reason for this. Why are they doing this? I cannot tell. I do not know. They just limited buying and selling of stocks. Yeah, but as I said, I think it's up to the courts to decide if this was legal or not. I really don't think that I'm qualified enough to say. It seems to me that it isn't fair, but I'm not qualified enough to actually make a verdict in this regard. Yeah. Yes, I can wake up. Okay. Are you happy now, mommy? Cool. Yeah. So, no, I did not play Cyberpunk. You mine crypto. It's cool that you mine crypto, but it's not really profitable anymore if you mine crypto, I think. Yes. This type of stream is really interesting, but a bit too long. Okay, yes, I will maybe do it next time. This is really my first time, and I kind of like prepared for this 10 minutes upfront. So I'm sorry for this. I'm sorry if it was low quality. I'm aware that this wasn't the optimal stream and that I kind of jumped around within the topics, but yeah, I really felt the need to make this while I was, while the topic is still ongoing and while Twitter is still overflowing with tweets and the trends are just going up and down. So I really had to do this. I think Robinhood will win this. I'm not even sure if you own the stocks since they buy them in your behalf. Well, they buy them on your behalf, but they buy them for you. So you are telling them, hey guys, buy the stocks on my behalf. And they say, okay, I bought the stocks on your behalf, and they're managing them for you. If they cannot just take them away from you without paying you. And they are required to actually pay you market prices. And if you say, I do not want to sell it for 200, then they cannot just take them away for you and give them 200. It's just not possible. That would be theft, really. They cannot do this. What do you think about Linux? Well, I'm using Linux as my main OS, but I had issues with streaming audio, so I'm on Windows right now. I'm sorry for that. No, this is not a voice review stream. This is a discussion stream. Okay. Why is Windows so buggy? I don't know. Ask Microsoft. Have you ever run WannaCry? Okay. Well, I think this was pretty much it with the on-topic questions. Can we still buy? Yes, I think you can, but you should probably avoid the platforms that banned buying or selling of these stocks. I do not know which still allow it, but I guess you can find that easily by quickly using the search engine of your choice. Okay. So, if you do not have any more on-topic questions, then I will conclude this stream. If you want to continue chatting, I often am in voice chat in my Discord server, and I will post the invite link for the Discord server in the chat if you want to join the server, do it. I'm sometimes in a voice chat. We can discuss. We can also discuss in text. There are quite a lot of text channels. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you kind of learned a bit of things. I tried to make it as simple as possible. And yeah, I hope you also understood the kind of interconnections between all of these different things. And yeah, if you like this kind of thing, then maybe please leave a like so the algorithm knows to reward this kind of video. Also subscribe if you aren't subscribed yet, and yeah, I will edit this video and then just put it online as a video, maybe after I cut off the beginning or something. So thank you for watching, guys, and see you next time. I hope there will be a next time when I'm doing such a stream. So goodbye.